My name's Tom, I'm 21 years old and I'm a student studying archaeology. I identify outside of the gender binary as having no gender at all. I feel like most people have a really sort of strong connection with their gender identity, whereas I have no connection with any of them, and in fact, to be gendered feels quite alien to me and very, very, very strange. I identify as agender, so as being non-gendered. Definitely, without labels I would never have been able to figure out what I was, because there was a lot of questioning when I was younger, and without knowing that other people identified as agender, I never would have been able to myself. So I feel like they're very important for me personally and also for finding some community. I found part of the non-binary community on Tumblr, a blogging website, and it really opened my eyes to identities that I'd never heard of before. And from there I did some research on terms and labels, and like within 2 weeks I was identifying as agender. It was that easy once I'd found out that other people identified as agender for me to go, yep, it's me. To be honest, not much has changed since I started identifying as agender. I managed to find a really great trans community to be part of, but I suppose the biggest thing that's changed is that I get misgendered every day, all day, because it's really hard to be read as agendered when most people aren't even aware that your gender identity exists. So, but I mean, it's more important to me. Being true to who I am is more important than being misgendered by sort of like the world in general. Still gets annoying though. Generally people find it hard to understand. We live in such like a gendered society that for a human being to be non-gendered is quite strange. Um, uh, Most people in my life have been quite supportive, if a little confused. The only issue I have is that there's no real way for me to be read as agender. I could strive for a sort of androgynous sort of presentation, but it's such a narrow window to sit in, and even then you still get misgendered, so I've decided to go for wearing whatever the hell I like to wear. The advice I'd give is that femininity, masculinity, and androgyny are not tied to particular genders, and like by that I mean if you're a boy you don't have to be masculine, and if you're a girl you don't have to be feminine, and if you're agender you sure as hell don't have to be androgynous. Whatever kind of presentation you feel most comfortable with is totally okay.